Cleveland, saying his love for Cleveland will never change. Kyrie Irving attended a team shoot-around Tuesday morning at Quicken Loans Arena as a member of the Boston Celtics. The Cavaliers team he spent the first 6 years of his career with before requesting to be traded, was preparing down the road at Cleveland Clinic Courts in Independence. It was an eerie setting at the Q approximately 9 hours before the NBA's season opener tipped off with a Celtics-Cavs game that was televised nationally by TNT. "I'm excited to be back," said Irving, who wore tennis shoes adorned with Celtics shamrocks. "I'm excited to honestly get the season started. It's a little different for all of us, but, like I said, my 6 years being here, they were something that helped me evolve as a man. Coming in here every single night and strapping up my shoelaces for the Cleveland Cavaliers was something awesome. Now I start a new journey, a new step in my career. I'm ready to get it started. But I'm always grateful for the Cavs welcoming me with open arms in 2011 and making sure that me and my family were always supported. Ultimately, my love will never change that I have for Cleveland." Irving, who hit the game-winning three-pointer in the Cavs' Game 7 victory over Golden State in the 2016 NBA Finals, didn't want to address numerous reports that said he wanted out of Cleveland because he had a desire to be in charge of his own team, which wasn't going to happen with superstar LeBron James on the Cavs. "I kind of want to put that to rest in terms of everyone trying to continue to dive into a narrative they have no idea about and probably will never, ever be divulged because it's not important," the 6-foot three-point guard said. "This was literally just a decision I wanted to make solely based on my happiness and pushing my career forward. I don't want to pinpoint anything because that's not what real grown-ups do. They continue to move on with their life and continue to progress. That's what I'm doing and that's what I'm going to continue to do." As for his recent comment about now playing in a real, live sports city in Boston, which many took as a slight of Cleveland, Irving said, "I was talking about driving into Boston, when I'm actually on the highway driving into Boston. The newness and the new environment of going into that city is something different for me. It turned into a comparison of me comparing Boston to Cleveland and it wasn't anything like that." The 25-year-old Irving said he remains close with several Cavs players, but didn't mention names. "The real relationships with guys you honestly call your friends outside the court never change," he said, adding, "I was part of a special team. It's something you'll remember for the rest of my life." James didn't speak with the media at Cleveland's shoot-around, but said in an ESPN interview that aired Monday night, "Everybody's good. Everybody's good." The 32-year-old then referred to Irving as the kid, something he's done repeatedly since the Cavs opened training camp. "At the end of the day, the kid did what he wanted to do," the four-time league MVP said. "That was his destiny. Like I said, the 3 years that we had together, unbelievable 3 years, and I wish we could have continued that, but it didn't work itself out. So now my energy is to the guys that's in the land." Asked about the kid label he has attached to Irving, 15th-year pro James said, "Oh, the kid, that's the kid. I used to be the kid. Remember when James made his first appearance at the Q after signing with Miami, he had 38 points in a 11,890 Heat victory on December 2, 2010. He had 24 points in the third period and didn't play in the fourth after silencing an extremely hostile crowd. That night, that was a movie," said current Cavs and former Heat teammate Dwayne Wade. "What stands out to me most is LeBron had 38 at the end of the third. To watch him, obviously we sat next to each other in the locker room, and that was the one game where I just kept looking over at him, because I knew what was out there and what was waiting for him. Just to see how he was acting and how he was responding, to see him come out there with that focus, that excitement to play that game, and to perform like that, to have 38 at the end of the third and sit out the whole fourth, was incredible. One of the best performances I've watched him put on. Not the best. One of the best. Raucous setting. Nothing is likely to ever match James' first trip to Cleveland as a member of the Heat, but the Celtics entered the game prepared for a raucous atmosphere. We're on the road, Coach Brad Stevens said. People are going to cheer against us. That's the way it works in the NBA. I'm sure it will be a unique emotion for everybody that's in here from a fan perspective and everything else, but my job is to coach the team. I haven't thought a ton about it. Being booed, Stevens added, is better than generating no response at all. Players would much prefer to play in a supercharged atmosphere than in front of 12 people, he said. Ultimately, this is why you play for opportunities to play in atmospheres like this against the best. Tippins Cavs owner Don Gilbert posted the following on Twitter prior to the opener. Something about this year's Cavs team feels special. I believe we are deeper, more motivated than even 15-16 team. Starts tonight. The Celtics won't play in Cleveland again in the regular season. The Cavs will play at Boston on January 3 and February 11. Duke rookie Jason Tatum, the number 3 pick in the draft, started at power forward for Boston because Marcus Morris was out with a sore right knee. Contact Rick Noland at 330-721-4061 or rnoland@metanagazette.com. Follow him on Twitter at Rick Noland. Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James.